Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Whitney, and today I'm coming to you guys with a little bit of an update. So in my last video I am recapping my first semester as a law student, and this is going to be a continuation of that video. So if you are interested in basically I'm going to be spilling to you my grades, bitch. My grades as a first semester, as a 1L in fucking, why is it so hard to say this? If you're interested in seeing what I have to say about my very first semester in law school, and also if you're here for the tea just to see my grades, then keep on watching. First off, before we even get into it, don't forget to give me a like, comment down below what you think my grades are, but don't forget to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you never miss when I post a new video. So let's get right on into this. Okay guys, so like I said in my previous video, if you haven't seen it, you have to go over there and watch it first just so you can get a little bit more of a context, right? So in my initial video, I was giving you guys the layout of how the classes went as a part-time student. So if you didn't know, I'm a part-time law student. I work by day and I go to school by night. That's pretty much what I do, and pretty much honestly it's like I have a full-time job times 2 because it's insane. Anyways, so moving on, right? Go watch that video. It's gonna come up on the screen. In that video I basically detail how the finals went, my schedule, how I felt during the finals, and how I felt afterwards. So as you guys know, right, like I wasn't all that confident, but let me tell you, now I'm a little bit more confident in myself because I do this thing where I really like to doubt myself, and I don't know where it comes from. Well, I know where it comes from, but I don't know how to explain it. There's just a lot going on in my head, and I need to realize, like, hey Whitney, relax, right? You're here, you're in law school, and you did well, so you at the very least know what you're talking about. So in the previous video, as you guys know, I was talking about torts and how I was confident after torts. Contracts, I wasn't all that confident, but I was happy about it. What's next? Legal skills, I was not confident with that at all because of my professor was very inconsistent. And lastly, what did I say? Lastly, did I say contracts, torts, Civ Pro? That was hard, but I'm very happy with my grade in Civ Pro. So first I want to let you guys know that, like, if I learned anything about my first semester is that not only should I start outlining now, like basically take my notes within the syllabus, overall what I'm learning is that everything is important. And I know that may seem like, duh, Whitney. No, because some people think like, okay, so I'm learning about the cases, okay, awesome. I'm told not to brief my cases, but sometimes a professor may want me to brief my cases so that way I can know what I'm talking about when I get cold called, or like sometimes a professor won't even like get into the super deep details of what happened, like the facts of the case. Mainly what they wanted to know is if you understand the reasoning behind the why the court held what it did. And so in my experience, right, every professor obviously wants something different. Like for example, my contracts professor is very much like the way that he delivers the lecture is very much like I'm yelling at you, telling you I'm throwing all this information and you better keep up. Whereas last semester my torts professor was very much like, I want to engage, I want to make sure that when you think of A, you tell me how you got to A and why you changed your mind and got to B, etc., you know, all of that. So as a law student, right, as I went through my first semester, not only was it nerve-wracking, not only was it intense, not only was it obviously new and different, it's completely different than undergrad. One thing that I want to say, because I know this is kind of like a side tangent, is that I'm very thankful for my master's background because getting a graduate degree really helped me with my studies in law school. Now let me be more clear, right? It didn't help me with the content specifically. It taught me how to study, it taught me how to handle different pieces of information and how to retain that information. That's what I value my master's degree in. So if you guys didn't know, I have an undergraduate degree in English, a bachelor's degree in English, a master's degree in communication. And even though I know that I would be set with those two, I decided to try to go to law school so I wouldn't regret it, right? Like I was in a sort of weird place where I just felt like I didn't go to law school because I wasn't confident in myself to do well, right? And there was a whole bunch of factors where I was just kind of like, you know what, I might as well not. And then I got into a different state of mind where I was like, okay, well, let me just try, and then if I don't get in, then that's it. I was like, I'm gonna try twice, and then that's it. First round, didn't get anywhere. Second round, got in. And in my other video, I'm gonna keep linking it because I worked hard on that video. And in the first beginning, I made a little montage. I thought it was cute. So if you don't do anything else, at least watch like the first 3 minutes, or it's like a minute, but like watch like the first 3 minutes just so you can get a context of what I'm talking about. So then come back here. So as I was saying, right, I'm definitely grateful for everything else that I have learned on my way to where I'm at today, because really, truly, and specifically, respectfully, I think my graduate degree taught me more how to study and retain information than the LSAT, because the LSAT really is just making sure that you answer the questions how they want you to. And law school isn't like answer the questions how I want you to. No, you thinking this way, explain yourself, right? And of course there's things that are facts, there are things that are just like opinionated, and you just use your discernment in answering that. So I say all of that to say, right, as we're getting into the grades, my torts professor was very much like, if you have a position, explain yourself. My contracts professor was the same way. Now, my torts professor was like, you know what, it doesn't need to be essay style, it can just, the finals, my bad. The finals doesn't need to be essay style, just write it out and explain yourself, right? He was like, make it coherent, because he knew that, like, you know, if we're intense or whatever, it's probably not going to make all that much sense, but like it had to be legible. He had to understand what we were talking about and follow through the map, right? So that's how he was like. My contracts professor was pretty much the same way, except he was like, you know, make it make sense, and also make it so that I understand where you're coming from. Explain yourself. And my Civ Pro professor was like, you know what, obviously explain yourself, obviously. It's Civ Pro, so there's rules, so you have to get those rules correct. And I want it in essay format. Civ Pro was the hardest final I took, in my opinion, out of the 4, or technically 3, and then I had a paper. Legal skills was just a memo. So when I got everything back to me, right, let's start with torts. Torts, I feel like I knew that torts was going to be one of my best grades because I studied so hard for it. Not only was it open book, but open book exams are harder than closed book exams. And torts was definitely harder than contracts. So with the feedback with torts, right, our professor hit us up and he was like, basically, you know, if you want to talk about your final and you want to talk X, Y, and Z, just let me know and then we can schedule a time and we can talk about it more. So I was like, bet. What I've gained from my feedback is that everything that he told us throughout the semester, and I went to him for help one time after the practice exam, everything that he told me in that, I basically applied to in this final, which is why I was able to get a B+ in torts. Next, in contracts, I haven't gotten any feedback. Well, no, let me stop. Contracts, we did get feedback, but not personalized feedback, right? So in contracts, our professor was like, you know, everyone did pretty well. Nobody got lower than a B-. I just wish everyone explained themselves more. In contracts, our professor told us, like, because we kind of bombarded him after the first day of class, because we already started the second semester of class, right? And so we were all telling him like, hey, what happened here? How was the, you know, what was the grades like? Blah blah blah. And then I think that we kind of convinced him to tell us. So he sent an email and he was like, you know what? I'm not gonna tell what anybody got, but this is the ranges of the score, right? So there was 4 B+, I think 7 B's, and I think 11 or the rest, whatever the math is, B-. I am thankful to say that the Lord has blessed me and was there with me throughout everything, because boom, I was one of the 4 people to get a B+ in contracts. Awesome, praise God, right? Next, Civ Pro. Civ Pro, I swore I was gonna get like a C. I was gonna fail. I thought I was going to do something horrible. I was like, listen, Lord, please, you know, like, just this semester, please don't let me get anything less than a B in everything. Like, please, Lord, please. So in Civ Pro, that was my hardest final, and in Civ Pro, I got a B in that class, right? So, right, we have 2 B+ and a B. the way that I don't know if this is all law schools. I don't think so. I don't think all law schools do an A minus, A plus, B minus, B plus, that thing. I don't think all law schools do that, because I know that some Ivy Leagues have like a pass and fail and an S, something like that, right? I don't really know. I'm not in their school. I'm just telling you my experience. So with Civ Pro, I am very happy with that grade that I got a B in that, because not only was it's super difficult, I feel like I knew what I was talking about. I felt like there was something more I could have said, right? Like I feel like he wanted something more from me and I wasn't able to deliver. And I wish I knew what. Like I should probably hit him up and be like, hey, what happened? But I didn't, and I still have an opportunity to do so, because this is what, the 3rd week of 2nd semester. So I think, yeah, and we just got our grades like a week ago. We just got our grades like a week ago. Boom. So now we're moving on to legal skills, and this is my lowest grade. And I'm so pissed off by this because it's so annoying. Listen, that curve really came in clutch for this class, because listen, when she gave us back our grades before the feedback. And so on the memo, why was I looking at what was it? It was out of 40, and it was like a 20 something out of 40, right? It was half. It was more than half, but it was still like a low grade. And I was like, dear God, so there goes my GPA. There goes my 3.0, right? Like I'm trying to stay above a 3.5, but it's not looking likely. It's not looking like it's gonna happen. And it didn't happen, because legal skills, oh my goodness, I can go on a rant with legal skills for forever, but that's not what we're here for. If you want to see me rant about like law school or just everything, the whole experience, I have videos coming along with my internship, interview experience, etc., the whole 9 yards. So go over to my playlist. It says law school something. I'm gonna put it up there, and I have this segment called A Diary of a Matte Black Law Student. Go watch that. It's a bunch of vlogs. It's a bunch of, not even just vlogs, but like you'll see more of my law school experience. Legal skills, I got a B minus. It is what it is. But I think that if the curve wasn't there, I think I would have gotten like a low C, D. I don't even know, to be honest with you, because it was looking scary. I was looking like I might as well just be prepared to retake legal skills, because it was not doing what it was not doing what I thought it was going to give. Like it wasn't giving to me what I thought I put in, right? Like I worked so hard in that stupid class, and here we are with the lowest grade, right? Not the lowest grade out of the class, but the lowest grade out of my grades. So if you guys were keeping a tally, I got all B's this semester. I am proud to say that I have above a 3.0. I'm not saying like I have a 3.08. Like, no, it's above a 3.0. It's amazing. I'm so thankful for this semester. I'm so thankful that I was able to still be considered competitive in law school. So with that being said, I hope this gives you some insight or some encouragement, or just I hope this is informative and helpful in any way possible. Or maybe you're just here for the tea, just to know my grades, right? Like regardless, hopefully this added, I don't know, something to your day, because I just wanted to share with you guys my grades, because I was sharing my whole life experience getting to law school, and then why would I just be like, oh no, I'm not going to tell you my grades? No, I'm going to tell you how I did. I did pretty well this semester. I got all B's. I wish I got more, but you know, it is what it is. It's my first semester. Now I know, right? Now I know what to do for the coming semesters. So if you guys are interested in videos like these, don't forget again to give me a big thumbs up. Also, if you want some I can't give you law school advice, maybe LSAT advice, but even then I don't know, I can do the best that I can. But if you guys want advice in general, head over to my email, send me a little whatever it is that you want, because I do have a segment here on my channel called A Writer's Scope, where I share your story. Everyone is anonymous unless said otherwise, and I give advice. So I also have a playlist called A Writer's Scope. Check that out. People ask me whatever it is that they want to ask me, and then you're a writer. We're all writers here. I give you my whatever advice. I try to help everyone and anyone, even if it is just one person. And that is the purpose here of my channel, right? So here on my channel, if you did not know, We come here, we talk about career, we talk about law school, we talk about pretty much anything. We talk about boys, bitch. I got a story time coming. Like, if you see another video with this, I don't even know if I'm gonna keep this on, whatever. But like with this anime shirt, because I'm filming 3 videos today, right? And this is my first one. Just know it's gonna be a story time, right? Oh my gosh, I am so excited to tell you guys about this next story. Maybe that one will come out first. No, this one will come out first. So if you guys are interested in just learning more about me, being more a part of my part of this family, right? Like, don't forget to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you never miss when I post a new video, and follow me on Instagram. Again, guys, I hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you next time.